We have already discovered 6 directions on the value proposition side, and in this video we will explore the 7th and last direction on this side. In this direction, I will show you how modifying the revenue stream can generate very innovative value propositions. Generally speaking, a company's income is a result of the price paid by the final user or by a distributor. This is the revenue stream. Price is definitely a key factor in a client's decision to buy. Attempts to change the way this price is charged has an impact on the client's costs and therefore its decision-making. Thus, modifying the revenue stream leads the way to innovative value propositions. There are 3 types of possible changes in the revenue stream. Get the user to pay in a different way, make a third party pay, and finally, pay yourself from the savings done by your customer. The first type is to get the user to pay in a different way. In this type, you have several options. The first option is to consider a subscription or a fixed fee rather than a payment per unit. This is how telecom operators have built the end consumer market. Rather than asking the customer to pay per minute, they have offered him to pay a flat fee per month. Another more recent example is a cafe in Paris called the 𝐒𝐀𝐀𝐑𝐄. The owner of this cafe realized that more and more students or young entrepreneurs are using cafes as a place to work. So rather than charging them per coffee, he decided to charge them by the hour. For 4 euros per hour, you have access to as many coffees and cakes you want. Besides the free Wi-Fi, you can also opt for printing options as an additional service. The cafe becomes a very convenient and fun place to stay and to meet with other people, transforming the whole value proposition. Then you can charge the customer according to the use rather the simple sale of a product or service, as in the Michelin Fleet Solution example that we've seen previously. In this case, Michelin doesn't charge a price for the tire, but a price per kilometer. You can also opt for a freemium offer, in which you propose a free access to your basic product or service, and then charge a premium for customers eager to get more functionalities. Skype, for example, is famous for its freemium offer, and mobile apps are very often freemium also. Of course, you can also mix those different payment means. I suggest that you watch the video available through this link about how theaters in Spain have reinvented their revenue stream. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And while watching, please try to find out which of the 3 different payment methods they have used. I hope you had fun watching this example. Here you could see that the revenue stream comes from a mix of a freemium and a pay-per-use model. The second possible type of change in the revenue stream is to make a third-party pay. This is of course strongly linked to our previous direction called introduce a third party. The idea here again is that a third party may accept to pay for all or part of your product or service used by the other side of the platform. In this case, there is a decoupling of the paying customer and the using customer. Again, this is a very interesting way to think about your value proposition. Google, of course, is an obvious example. We use our Gmail for free or Google for free. We are the using customer, and Google gets its revenue from the ads. Disconnecting the using and the paying customer is very often seen in the internet world, but again, it existed before. Remember our 𝐒𝐷 example, where the company posting the ad is paying for the bus stop that is given to the transportation company for free. Another example includes social security or insurance company that pay for all or a portion of the price of your drugs. Finally, there is a third way to change the revenue stream. You can pay yourself from the savings or earnings achieved by your customer. Again, this is a very interesting avenue for innovation, and let me take an example. Let's suppose you are a facility manager of a big office building in Paris or New York or wherever. Every year you spend 100 euros on energy, like electricity, heating, and so on. You know that if you invest in energy devices such as this one that regulates temperature or turns off the light when people leave the room, sold by companies such as Schneider Electric or Honeywell, you will save money. Let's say that for 40 euros of investment, these devices will generate 15 euros of savings every year. That is 45 euros in 3 years. The return on investment is interesting. However, as a facility manager, you might face two problems. First, you must trust the ability of the device to actually generate the savings. And second, you need to have 40 euros to invest. This is why companies such as Honeywell and Schneider Electric have launched energy performance contracts. Through those contracts, they install the device for free, and in exchange, they pay themselves on the savings that those devices generate. In this value proposition, all the risk is taken by the company producing the device, which means that they guarantee that this device is actually working. So for you, as a facility manager, there is no risk anymore. In addition, you don't have to do the upfront investment, so the benefits for the customers are very high. Of course, the implementation of this type of business models can often be a problem. For example, you have to determine how you're going to measure the savings. However, this way of generating a revenue is very interesting since it takes out all the risk for the customer, and this facilitates his decision making. So as a recap, the 3 ways to modify the revenue streams are: get the user to pay in a different way, make a third party pay, and pay yourself with the savings or earnings achieved by your customer. This leads to the following questions that you can ask yourself when exploring this direction number 7. Could you invoice your client differently? What third parties could be interested in financing all or part of your offer? Does your offer allow your clients to save money or generate extra income? So this was our 7th and last direction on the value proposition side. In our next module, we will discover the 7 directions on the value architecture side.